Boys and girls, it's your boy King Jiffy Coats with the fuzzy camera as always, and your boy Ben, who's crispy and clean and has a voice like summertime and bukkake. But today we're going to be jumping into a couple of stories. We got one from World Away Tweety. You can go follow them on Reddit. Whether we make jokes or whatever, they still have the cojones to go put a story out there. We go into most of these stories blind, so we don't know how the story is going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be better than what I can write, and we've all seen what I can write, my terrible I'm a Serial Killer series that I never finished. And the second story is going to be from Saturated Dead over on Reddit as well. They are, both of these people are constant posters, constant no sleep people. They got tons of stories with tons of updates. So it seems like these are very prolific people on the scene, and I'm excited to get into both of their works. We're doubling them up today because these are two shorter stories. They have some series, but with me and Ben both working full-time, when we each pick a series, we have to like fully engross it. It ends up being like a 3-week process. So we want to like jump into some of the shorter stories before we get into long ones, and that kind of vice versa, so we can find some of these cool authors. But hey, I mean, I'm excited to jump into these two stories. The first one by World Away Tweety is going to be A Message Appeared on Every Screen in the World, HIDE. And the second story we're going to be reading by Saturn Dead is The Summer I Had No Face. And I thought these were both highly recommended, so I'm very excited to get into these. Ben, do you have anything you want to add before we jump in?
No, not much. If you guys notice that I sound different, it's because, like 13 episodes in, I've just figured out how the audio on our recording works. So hopefully I sound a little bit, like, as intended this entire time. Turns out this thing has just been a fucking prop for, like, the entire beginning of this series. So hopefully you guys are actually picking it up now.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was like, me and Ben had actually talked about it, and you've heard us like banter about his microphone, or I've cut a lot of the banter about the microphone out, but you've heard like Ben cut in and out before, and it was always because it was his headphones picking up the audio and not his microphone. But
yeah, so hopefully now that's fixed. Hopefully it sounds good and everything like that. Let us know what you guys think. Leave us some love. Follow us on our respective channels. Send us money. All that type of stuff. All right.
That's the dream, brother. But all right. A message appeared on every screen in the world. Hide.
I stared with confusion at my phone. The rest of the gang were all in on this Fuck. I'll start over. I stared with confusion at my phone. The rest of the gang were all in on this Monopoly game.
I swear to God, if you get free parking, I will literally kill your stupid face,
said Evelyn. Ravi rolled the dice in his hands.
Come on, sweet baby Jesus, I need a 4!
He dropped them onto the board.
Fuck!
He said, probably biffing it like always. I tried to make sense of it. Just a word on my screen, black text on an all-white background, a rather classical-looking font.
Hide.
I tapped, rather impatiently, on the expensive black rectangle. The text wouldn't disappear.
AJ!
Evelyn called, like a teacher busting a student.
You're fucking addicted. Play board games like a normal human adult. Yeah, I'm sorry.
A few more desperate finger pecks at the screen, then I turned to holding the power button down for an extended period. With my free hand, I grabbed the dice, rolled a 3, landed on B&O Railroad. After 2 seconds of thought...
Nah, fuck railroads,
I said. Of course, we weren't animals. If someone didn't want to buy a property, that was fine. No auctions or any of that nonsense. House rules. Back to the phone as Hero, on my left, took the cubes and prepared to drag his sorry little shoe across Go to collect his $200. A minute with the power button didn't do anything. We were entering factory reset territory. I contemplated borrowing Ravi's laptop to Google whatever the fuck this might have been. I felt the apartment rumble, albeit just for a split second, as if we were on the edge of an earthquake. I tensed briefly. The background noise from the TV, no one wants this, auto-playing on Netflix, disappeared, following the faint sound of the flicker of static. Ravi was the first to get up.
I don't,
he said, talking slowly as if not to jinx it.
I don't think that was an earthquake.
He examined the TV, confused at the outage. He checked the wires.
Shouldn't be a breaker. I don't have much stuff to plug in, do I?
I grappled with the sad, likely hacked state of my phone, and that weird word staring me down.
Wait, hero? We got a new person. Okay. Damn, that's fucking weird.
I heard Hero say, half laughing. Head lifted.
What?
I asked, to catch Hero turning his phone to me. His home screen, too, had been replaced by a black text atop white.
Hide.
Evelyn, as anti-technology as it comes, had properly clocked this reprieve as her time to quickly respond to long, outstanding texts.
What the fuck?
She said.
What is this?
At my confused look, bordering on scowl, resting scowl face, she flipped her phone around to show me the damage. It was the same on hers. I grew a bit nervous.
Robbie, where's your phone?
I asked him.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
He said, still tinkering with the TV. Likely not due to any of his troubleshooting, it flashed back to life, red power light and the base blinking steadily. A simple message now appeared on the big screen.
Hide?
Ravi asked, grabbing the remote and pressing buttons to switch back to Netflix, but nothing was registering.
Dude,
I said. He turned around. I showed him my phone. Hero and Evelyn showed theirs.
That's...
He looked back at the TV, then at us again.
Wait, how is that possible?
It's like an Amber Alert.
Hero asked.
I mean, I guess... but push notification, this is like completely overtaking the screen.
Ravi's brows furrowed.
On a different hardware, too. A hack?
I asked. He shrugged.
That's a weird hack, no?
Government experiment.
Hero again. A thought came over me. I walked to the balcony, slid the door open, stepped out onto it. Eye of Sauron to the city from Ravi's 14th floor apartment. In the neighboring apartment towers, most of the units had blinds down, curtains closed. The few unshuttered, however. I felt like that guy from Rear Window. Contained strangers, staring perplexed at their phones, at their computers. The sides of bolted-to-the-wall TVs, barely visible to me, displayed the same white background with text atop it. What I was seeing, everyone else was seeing. The others joined me on the balcony.
Whatever it is, it's at least hit this block.
I said. I looked down at the city streets. Most of the people below caught in a similar holding pattern of standing frozen, heads fixed to their devices.
I guess we don't have anything to call the cops with, huh?
Hero.
I'm sure they're aware.
Me.
Maybe wait until they fix it?
Ravi. I nodded. I felt very unneeded there. I nodded. And yet, I could tell Evelyn was a bit perturbed, forcing magnetic thoughts to imbue her silence with weight.
Thoughts?
I asked her.
I mean, should we do it?
She asked.
Do what?
Ravi.
Hide.
Hurry.
Hide where?
I agree with her. Yeah, I agree
I
with her.
don't
You guys should probably
know.
just do what it says. I mean, she said.
I mean, we're already in my apartment. I'm sure that's good enough, right?
He said. A pause.
Let's not lose our heads.
Ravi continued.
This is nuts, but not... I mean, it's not like literally hide, right?
Hero clicked his fingers.
What if it's like viral marketing, like for a movie?
Hero with the necessary but unintentional levity.
Hacking our phones so we can't use them? I don't know if that's in Lionsgate's purview, man.
I said, then turned to Evelyn.
But hide?
The flicker in her eyes more than meant she had sided with the light bulb in her head. She returned to the inside and got to exploring Ravi's apartment carefully.
What are you doing?
Ravi asked, trailing. Hero and I followed.
I don't care if I look stupid, but it could be a warning. Maybe something's like happening.
She said.
We're basically in a box.
Said Ravi.
We're fine, Ev.
But the fucking thing!
She motioned to the TV, then to her phone.
Says hide. Maybe it's literal.
She continued scouting, finally setting on the sliding closet in Ravi's room. The best she could come up with in his 600 square foot quarters.
Dude, that is not a good place to hide. We learned in the last story that is the murder place for children.
Yeah, no.
I'll do here unless you think there's better. Evelyn!
Ravi stressed. She shuffled in past hung garments, scooching to the end to make space.
I'm gonna close the door soon, and if you're all my real friends, you'll join me.
Awkward silence until Hiro chimed first.
I mean, it's a good. Oh fuck. I guess it's a good, safe place, right?
I fucked that line up so right, but I got the gist of it. We're good. I'm not the reading guy. I'm the idiot with the voices. We're gonna move on from how bad I am at reading.
He went for it, second-guessed for a moment, then committed to entering.
You guys get the luxury of laughing at me forever if I'm done. It's a win-win.
She called while Hiro wedged in beside her. A compelling argument, certainly. Begrudgingly, I followed, tucking in next under Ravi's dress clothes. There was still room for him inside his own closet.
Fucking hell!
He caved, joining last, sliding the door closed to introduce darkness. I went back to my phone. Still that classical font, still that mandate.
How long do we have to stay in here?
Ravi asked.
5 minutes.
She said.
Yeesh.
He tacked. And then we sat in stillness for a while. Distant tick-tick-ticks of the clock in the living room bringing down the blood pressure a tad. It all felt silly. Kind of fun.
Remember when we were at camp at the Sunlight Groves?
Hiro asked.
Glamping!
Ravi clarified.
Eve thought she saw a bear.
Hiro laughed.
A bear and its cub.
It was dark. It fucking looked like bears.
She said, half laughing herself.
I heard noises too.
Bears at the Sunlight Groves?
he said again.
It's the saddest patch of trees in America.
Guys, shut up. We're here, so let's commit to the bit. Before the conjuring doll gets us.
Said Ravi, surprisingly not bitterly. We kept our traps zipped for another minute. Eyes at my phone again.
Hide.
Nonsensical, all of it really, but in a way that was starting to sit more and more uncomfortably for me.
What do you think this is? What do you think it is?
Hiro whispered. I shook my head. Evelyn with the light shrug. Ravi with a deep inhale before speaking.
And obviously sophisticated.
He said, voice low.
Like it's obviously something.
I waved my phone.
My bank is on. My bank is on this. And it's bricked now, basically. I'm fucked. They'll figure it out,
said Ravi. Powerful knocks at his apartment door all of a sudden, thundering. Here we go, some action.
Hey.
A voice called, muffling. Why'd you do it so weird? A voice called, muffled through the walls.
Ravi, you there?
Evelyn braced.
Who is that? A skinwalker, obviously.
Replied Ravi.
Kidding, it's my neighbor Monica.
Evelyn reached across me and Hiro to tug at Ravi's sleeve.
Are you positive? Yes, I probably should get it. You said 5 minutes.
She said.
Yeah, but I'm being a pretty trash neighbor right now.
He replied. The knocking persisted. So did the words.
I have this weird thing on my phone. Brad has it too. It says hide. TV same, computer same thing. I don't know how to reach anyone or what to do.
I like how creepy you're reading the voice when they're like, obviously he's gonna go answer the door. And you're just making this. You're making him seem. You're undermining Ravi. Is what you're
Well,
doing.
what I was started with was very creepy voice. Hi, and then I realized it was a girl, so I've just kind of been upping an octave.
Yeah, it works. It works. It's just it's such a creepy voice where it's like,
I went
answer
to
the door, Ravi, and he's like, I gotta go into the door.
well, I went to sexy Monica now, so it either is very sexual or very scary, which seductive women are terrifying.
Monica. The neighbor trailed on. Ravi blew air out of his nose.
All right, this is stupid. I'm gonna. No.
Said Evelyn. But then all of a sudden, he stopped. We all stopped. I felt something. Something very, very real. No knocking anymore. Or at least, I couldn't hear anything. Not the tick of the clock, nor the soft rustle of us against clothing. It was like the world was holding its breath. Like there was a presence right outside the closet. Then, the sting of static in my ear before it passed. Whatever it was, the feeling dissipated, the sound returned, and I sneaked a glance at my phone. The word hide was gone, and replacing it was my phone's home screen. The silence between the four of us was uncomfortable.
Did you feel that?
Evelyn finally whispered. No one said anything. Ravi outstretched his arm yet again to slide the door open, but his hands were shaking.
You can do it.
I whispered.
I think we're good.
He steeled himself, looking very much like he was crossing some sort of internal threshold. He pulled the door aside, revealing his room exactly as we'd left it. We took it in.
I'm going to answer Monica,
He said, with not a whole lot of vigor in his voice, getting up and creeping out of the room. The rest of us followed, stopping in the living room while he continued to the door. I went to Twitter, searched hide, and sorted by new. Fucking Zoomer.
That's what I would do.
Evelyn,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'd be like, all right, what's going on Twitter? Where are the butt plug jokes? I know that there's gonna be
Brock,
like,
what is this?
there's definitely gonna be some joke of a naked guy running down the street and somebody's like, hide, question mark.
Yeah, Grok, should I hide?
Yeah, Grok, should I hide? Exactly.
Evelyn, meanwhile, grabbed the remote from the stand and turned the TV, now
Hideless.
on and maneuvered through the Roku channels.
What are you looking for?
Hero asked.
Just like a live channel, I guess.
She replied.
The news?
My scolding wasn't yielding anything of help or insight, though it was clear, via the confused posts from seemingly around the whole world, that the scope of whatever happened was global. My focus shifted to Ravi, who was standing on the welcome mat, eye pressed against the door's peephole. He hadn't moved in quite some time.
Everything all right, man?
I asked. I think it's aliens. Do you think it was aliens?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm gonna put out one of those things. I think it's a big Cthulhu beast named Chuck with like one really long wiener and then one really short wiener that's like obnoxiously smaller. And Ben's face froze, scratching his eye right there. I think I lost Ben. I think I lost Ben in this like endless parade of existence when he heard my description of the Cthulhu penis monster and just dipped the fuck out. He was like, I can't. Chuck's walking down the street after Ben right now, and he's just like running. He's like, I'm Ben, I'm so scared because I'm Ben. And then the Cthulhu monster's running. One penis is slapping him in the forehead, while the other penis can't even swing because it's so small. So it's just flapping, whapping. Oh, Ben's back.
Am I back? Okay.
Yep. I just regaled
Let me
everybody with the
see.
story of my Cthulhu monster.
No, I heard all that. I was here.
Oh, okay.
I had to stop that broadcast. Let me make another one. HR.
I wonder what
hide.
happened. Did you get
Phase
a
two.
thing on your screen that said hide, and you were like, this is
It did. And this is after that story, actually.
yeah,
You're in the afterlife now.
yeah. You know, I figured you died. I mean, I never really thought you were real to begin with. I was like,
No, I'm
who plays the type of games Ben plays? That's not a real person.
Nobody. Not that type of mix. I'm a psyop.
Bro's
Alright,
secretly the CIA over here, and he's waiting to get my Alex Jones ass.
So, large 2 or 3 cocked Cthulhu monster
Yes.
named Chuck. I don't
Yeah.
think that's it, man. I don't think that's it.
Well,
It could be.
you've been wrong in the
But
past
if
two.
if you called it, then home run. But
Yeah,
I think it's God.
You think it's God?
I think the devil texted everybody and told them to hide from God,
Yeah.
and God came down and scooped everyone up that wasn't hiding.
What if? Hear me out. It's actually just some flasher who now has technical abilities to take over the entire world, and he did hide originally because he wants you to hide from your phone because he's going to like airdrop you like the grossest penis you've ever seen. It looks like it's circumcised, but that's just the shape of its fucking hood. Because of
Like,
the
that's what
dirt
comes up
ring.
on people's home
It's like a
screens, and
dirt
then, like,
ring around where the normal mushroom tip is. It's just a dirt rim around his hoodie. So he has this weird like bagworm call out to the last one. Bagworm penis that's grotesque and got bulbous fucking growths on it, and he's just waiting to send that. And Ben froze again. I went into then it like or it's some chick named I don't know, Martha, and she's got a vagina that looks like a ham sandwich got thrown up by somebody who's been drinking all night and ate nachos, but that's just like her vagina, right? It's like slimy and pussy and dripping, and that's what's gonna chase everybody. Bro, you fix your mic and then everything else goes.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
My computer's overheating or some shit. I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck's going
Yeah,
on.
what's on not give me more
Before it
time to
snapped
make
and I
more
never get to make
vagina
another
jokes? I have put it in.
He didn't reply like me to Jeff. He just stood there, frozen, like his Discord dropped. I approached slowly.
She's.
I heard him croak, Rivet. I reached him, patting him on the shoulders and urging him to detach from the door viewer. He finally did, leaning against the wall at first before slowly sliding to a seat on the floor. I peered into the hallway through the hole. Outside, his neighbor, the one knocking, looked like she'd been skewered, decimated. An explosion of blood in the hallway. She just does that.
What?
I felt a buzz on my phone.
Again?
Before I could even process, I heard Ravia and Evelyn react.
There's another one.
It's saying now.
I turned to see the foreboding word on the TV.
Fuck. We should hide again.
Hero called. Much like Ravia, I was shell-shocked.
AJ, what do you think we should do?
He repeated.
Evelyn.
I said, trying to force the words out of my mouth.
You had good instincts the first time. What do you think?
How much time do you think we have?
She asked.
How much time passed between when I first saw the word hide, and then we felt that presence at the closet? It might have been 10 minutes.
I heard Ravi mutter, almost lifeless.
I don't.
Then Evelyn interrupted herself.
Wait, what did you see outside?
She started approaching the door. I stopped her.
I don't. I think it'll be good for you. I don't think it'll be good for you to see it.
Are you serious?
She responded. Nah, bitch, I'm joking.
Yes.
I said, immediately realizing that lying might have been smarter.
We can't assume we have the same amount of time.
Ravi added. I went with my pitch.
Do we try the same spot?
Hero started pacing, thinking, tapping his foot.
If we think about it, it said hide, and we hid. Now it's saying again, and obviously that means whatever happened is gonna happen again.
He gave us a look, as if he could see in our drained expressions what was waiting on the other side of the door.
That's a great recap, man.
I said.
What I mean,
He said, struggling.
that when you play as a kid, if you kept picking the same spot over and over again, eventually it would catch up to you.
Are we really trying to apply the same sort of logic to this?
Ravi mumbled. Evelyn fortified herself.
I think he's right. It's nuts, and I can't believe I'm saying this. But we need to operate on gut, and my gut is telling me we pick a better spot this time.
But spots makes it sound like you think we should split up.
I said, looking around, slowly realizing that the limited real estate we had to work with meant this suggestion made more sense than I would have liked. I turned to Ravi.
Where should we all go?
He shook his head, palmed his forehead a few times as if to slap himself back to reality.
We do.
He started thinking.
2 under my bed.
He grimaced, letting neurons collide in his mind.
1 of us in the utility closet. The other, laundry closet.
He got up and pointed. One of the closets was right behind me. Life in him again.
Now!
My eyes flitted to Hero and Evelyn, who ran into the bedroom. Ravi gave me a nod before entering the laundry closet and awkwardly squeezing in with the washer and dryer, closing his door. I entered the utility closet and closed mine. Rather, I tried to. The door wasn't clicking shut.
Fuck!
I said.
Ravi, the door, it's not!
But then I fought the urge to say something more. If time was up, I'd compromise my spot. Hell, compromise his spot too if I kept talking. I tried a few more times to get it to close, then I committed, terrified out of my mind, to gripping the handle and holding the door shut. I tried to keep my shaking hand and quickening breath in check as the silence overtook again. Complete silence, and then that presence. I felt a light tug at the door. I kept my hold firm, but didn't try to overpower. Didn't want to completely give it away. And again, it stopped. The feeling disappeared. And I waited 15 seconds before sneaking a look at my phone to see that the again warning was gone. I heard the sound of Ravi's door swing open first. I followed with mine. He was emotional.
I forgot that door is fucked. I got scared, man, and I was...
You're all good. It's alright, man. I know.
I even heard you call for me and I didn't. I panicked. I thought I'd...
We're alive, man. It's alright.
And immediately I remembered it wasn't just us.
Evelyn and Hero.
Right.
He said. We rushed to his bedroom. Nothing at first. The two hadn't emerged yet. For a moment, the horrifying thought that we'd be pulling their corpses out from under the bed rushed past me.
Guys!
I said.
Coast is clear. Quick!
Silence. For quite some time before they finally shuffled out in one piece, alive. Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Ah, thank God. As they shifted from call to bend to standing, I wanted to hold them. Hold everyone. For just a second, I felt a newfound appreciation for life in their faces and personalities. Another buzz on my phone.
Break time.
I let out a sigh of relief and showed the message to the others.
I guess that's good.
Evelyn said.
A second to catch your breath after this fucking craziness.
But then what?
Ravi asked.
Is this just going to continue?
We walked into the living room together nervously.
We haven't gotten a single second to wrap our head around this.
Evelyn again. Something in me didn't seem right. It didn't feel good. I didn't feel good, rather.
Hey, Ev. Hey, Ev. How'd you know we should have stayed in the closet for 5 minutes?
Hero asked, somewhat pointedly. I clocked minor annoyance in her face at the question.
I didn't know anything. It was a guess. But I mean, yeah, you guys were fucking lucky I was here and pushed for it because, fuck, you were all being stubborn.
Hero wore a strange expression as he looked at her.
Alright.
Sounds like you want to say something more.
Why would I? What makes you think I'd...
Ravi interrupted Hiro by stepping in between the two of them.
Holy hell! Keep your heads on, people!
But as he said it, and maybe it was just an aberration in my mind, but I couldn't help but feel something significant stir within me. Something really inflame. As if even though his face was straight, he was concealing some sort of inner smile at what was happening.
Hiro, I think you're focusing your skepticism in the wrong direction.
I said. Ravi's expression turned irritated, which all but confirmed it for me.
I don't know if you want to be mad at the same person that saved us the first time.
I said, trying to make a point by motioning to Evelyn. But as I looked at her, something felt wrong there too. I contained it.
Or rather the person who wanted to... Or rather the person who wanted to open the closet door.
And then something even more obvious hit me.
Wait, Ravi, you tried to kill me.
And all of a sudden, I was glaring at him, my temper rising by metric tons every second as if it was all starting to make sense. Evelyn and Hiro joined me. Ravi looked incredulous.
I already admitted that I fucked up with the door. I confessed to you. Why are you trying to make things worse? I was trying to calm them down.
Then, noticing us approach him, he backed towards the kitchen cabinets. He pointed at me.
You were on your phone when this first happened.
He said, as if he were having his own revelation.
You were waiting for it to start.
That's an insane fucking misdirect.
I said, positive that I couldn't trust him. But as my eyes turned to Evelyn and Hiro, I realized I couldn't trust them either. Couldn't trust anyone.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pause real quick. I want to say that I
yeah.
love the tension this is bringing.
I do, yeah, that everybody's all paranoid about each other and stuff like that.
And the idea is so simple and stupid that this shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. This is so dumb in a way. But I am like so hooked into this fucking like extraterrestrial supernatural hide and seek that I didn't think I was going to be. Dude,
I like the story too so far. It's very good.
I mean,
I have no idea what this thing is.
Yeah, I don't even know where this is gonna go, dude. I'm butthole clenching right now.
Still, Ravi absolutely needed to be the first to go. The first to be disposed of. There we go, dude. Ratchet it up. He grabbed a knife from the cupboard and held it out at us. And only the smallest thought in the back of my mind was telling me that we were being toyed with. That it was so incredibly obvious that whatever this was, it had a handle on us. But unfortunately, that understanding was academic for me at best, as I kept finding string after string of thoughts and emotions connecting, everything adding up, the logic sound, my emotions inflamed.
Break time.
Evelyn said.
It's breaking us.
Of course she would know that, though. Oh, sorry. Here.
Of course she would know that, though. If she were in on it.
Oh my god.
We all looked at her. I watched for sudden movements from any of these traitors, these bastards. Even a millimeter shift wouldn't get past me.
It's overriding us. It's flooding us with anger that isn't ours. And real as it feels.
She faced her phone at us, beckoning us to read it clearly.
Break time.
We can't fall for it.
And that small, grounded part of me took over. Even though I was sure with everything in my soul that she, Ravi, and Hiro were the source of everything that was happening. Ravi's grip on the knife tightened as he and the rest of us remained in the bizarre equilibrium of our four-way standoff.
It's all of you,
I thought to myself, before I felt a lightness overtake me. Like an insatiable hunger fading, or extreme fear dissipating when you realize that the noise in the other room wasn't a person, but rather something knocking over. My feelings of unrest and paranoia were gone. My phone screen, once again, returned to its default background. It was hard to describe how I felt now. Lucidity, shame. I looked at Ravi sadly. His head hung low as he put the knife back in its place. Hiro turned to Evelyn first.
I'm sorry.
He said, then to Ravi.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Me.
I'm sorry.
Me.
You're welcome, assholes.
Evelyn.
We deserve that.
That was fucking insane.
Ravi said.
Like a fucked up roller coaster ride.
said Evelyn.
I didn't. Oh, I didn't. That totally wasn't me.
Hero said.
Like something was in me. It's okay, man.
And I was getting tired of saying it, and certainly I, out of everyone, didn't deserve to impart forgiveness, anyway, after where my own head was only 30 seconds ago.
We need to like write something down. Like we are all susceptible. Don't forget.
Started Ravi.
We just need to remember to keep our heads on.
You're fine.
We just needed to remember to keep our heads on.
I interrupted.
Remember.
But I think the fear that
Again.
would pop up on our phones drove him to start rummaging for some paper. Start scribbling some words on it like the rest of us tried to soak in the reprieve of nothing happening. Oh,
No, you're
every
good.
half second a luxury. I wanted to say
Sorry.
another 20 or so times. Something I was sure wasn't a feeling unique to me.
I feel like I'm losing myself.
I said. It felt like I was in a dream at this point,
Yeah.
said Ravi.
Yeah.
We're
Hero said, looking at us carefully.
probably gonna die. Should we, say our words, I guess?
Don't talk like that.
Said Evelyn.
How many people do you think are dead?
Hero asked. I went to the TV, temporarily free yet again from 1 or 2 word mandates, turned it on, toggled through the home page until I found the live stream of a soccer game. One fixed camera angle. Everyone in the stadium, torn apart. Players on the field within frame, eviscerated. I returned to the home page, navigating in an attempt to find a different live program. I clicked on what appeared to be a news channel I hadn't heard of before. The sight of an empty desk appeared. Wires leading under the desk made me think that perhaps the anchor was hiding under it.
We're trying to report,
He said.
knowing that the signal is going to cut out. I've survived so far, survived whatever exactly might be, but the carnage from footage I've seen is extensive. I strongly recommend.
The broadcast was interrupted by the new word.
Seek.
Again, in classical lettering. And the screen cracked, then shattered with a loud pop, sending bits of glass onto the floor. As did the screen on my phone that I'd placed on the coffee table. As did the phones in Evelyn and Hero's hands, too, reactively dropping on the floor by the pair. A weak bounce before settling, I panicked.
Seek.
I said desperately, trying to jolt my brain to the task.
Maybe something's out of place?
Evelyn said.
What if we have to find what's killing everyone?
Said Hero. I started, but I couldn't even muster up a close to the sentence. I ran to the balcony outside to see if there was something obvious to look for in the sky, in the city. What I spotted on the neighboring high-rises was blood-stained curtains, unrecognizable bodies where bloods were lifted. And as my eyes darted from spot to spot, a lead. A small TV in one of the apartments. The screen looked unbroken. A word on it I couldn't make out. 5 letters was the best I could do.
It's the screens.
I said.
We need to find screens that still work.
I ran back into the living room.
Does anyone have binoculars?
They all looked at me.
Why the fuck would anyone have binoculars?
Ravi asked. There was... Oh,
There's a screen. I think it's one of the apartment buildings. It's working. There's a word, but I can't see it. We need to find another one. I don't know.
ran into Ravi's office. Computer screen broken.
Fuck.
Oh, I grabbed his laptop, shattered.
Nope.
I nervously tapped my chest with the fingertips of both my hands, while the rest desperately searched for something viable too.
Did I have to run to another apartment? Would there even be enough time? How would I even get in?
And then, like a bolt of the blue, it hit me.
Ravi, where's your phone?
His voice was a little confused.
I don't know, man. I lose it all the time.
Find it.
You really think that's...
We're looking for a functioning screen. It's the only one we haven't ruled out yet.
I turned to Hero next.
Check out the other apartments on the floor. See if any of the doors are unlocked. If they are, go inside. Check everything. Phones, laptops, TVs. It does not matter. See if there is a message intact on any of them. On it.
He said, rushing to the door, opening it, freaking out at the body in front, nearly tripping, then composing himself and rushing into the hallway as the doors closed behind him. We tore apart Ravi's apartment next. Couch cushions.
Where do you usually lose it?
I asked. My head peeked under the bed, peeked into counters alongside Evelyn, desperately.
I don't know, man.
He answered.
It's stupid, but sometimes I literally chuck it across the room.
Helpful.
Help.
Supremely helpful.
In the bathroom, I looked in the medicine cabinet, then back into his room, to his closet, checking the pockets of all of his pants. I started to feel the inevitable looming.
This was the one that was going to kill us, wasn't it?
I love you guys.
I heard Evelyn say almost under her breath, like she could feel it too. No tangible ticker counting down, but a feeling in my chest, a train closing in, with us tied to the tracks. Ravi running to the TV stand, looking behind him, then under books, under shelves. And I was back in the living room again, sure there was nothing left, my eyes lowering to the painful game we'd started our deadly evening with, Monopoly. Specifically to the messy pile of 50s, 20s, and 10s on Ravi's side of the board. I knew his etiquette for swapping some of them out for hundreds was quite poor. The cash stacked high, which made sense. He was crushing all game. And yet, I crouched and did an even more aggressive sweep of the spot that we'd started our desperate search at, to discover his preserved Samsung Galaxy A35. I'll have to bleep that, we're sponsored by somebody else. Underneath the fake money, with a new word to greet me.
Smile.
And it really did feel like it was up this time.
I found it! You have to smile!
I screamed like a goddamn auctioneer. Evelyn turned first from her spot in the kitchen.
What?
I ripped the phone from the ground and held up the message to her.
Smile!
She mirrored my uncomfortable expression, all teeth, feigned happiness, as did Ravi as he bolted out of the room before even seeing the message on my phone, or my intense eyes. Hero threw open the door.
Couldn't find anything, I'm sorry.
He screamed. He saw our wide, smiling faces and our eyes screaming at him to get the hint as I tried to mouth the word while keeping my pose, but instead it sounded like,
Smile!
And yet, despite the confusing sight, and the luckiest stroke in the world, he copied and showed me those pearly whites. I retained my beaming smile, feeling a tear of fear travel down my cheek, my eyes glued to Ravi's phone in my hand, hoping and praying that we wouldn't all get torn apart, and the word disappeared. I showed the group the proof, and one by one our cheery expressions dropped to our default nervous frowns, resting scowl face restored. A collective exhale.
I can't fucking do this.
I know.
Said Ravi. Evelyn added. And unlike some of the gaps we'd been afforded in the past, I had already spotted a new message on a single, remaining functional phone left in my right hand.
Point to the sacrifice.
I could feel the group's eyes on me. I couldn't hide the misery.
What?
Ravi asked.
Point to the sacrifice.
I said, barely legible.
AJ?
Evelyn asked. I tilted the phone so they could read it. I couldn't say the words any louder. My body wouldn't let me. Underneath the words, a timer had been running. One that was already down to 145, 144, 143, by the time I flashed them the phone. And yet, still, all of us needed more seconds to let it settle. I felt defeated. Truly this time.
Alright.
Said Ravi, cutting through the holding pattern.
So what? We talk it through with the time we have left? Maybe we all agree at some point? I mean, hey, fuck, who knows what I have to live for?
Hero next.
My family, my mom, dad, siblings. I wasn't even thinking of them this whole time. They're probably dead, Yeah.
I interrupted, his words hitting me immediately and curbing any remaining social etiquette I had left.
Everyone I had ever known was likely gone. Wow.
Evelyn smiled at us softly.
I just have you guys now.
She said.
So, yeah, fuck this.
She said, immediately pointing to herself, almost causing me to die right there in fear she'd be torn apart immediately. But the counter was still ticking down.
I flipped the board on this bullshit.
I flipped the board on this bullshit.
She said without wavering. 112, 111, 110. Hero pointed to himself.
Fuck it, yeah. You know what? I flipped the board too.
He said. I looked at him almost nervously exasperated.
Really? After all that, guys?
107, 106, 105.
If there is a hell,
Ravi said.
unlikely, but what the fuck? Maybe I dodged that bullet.
He curled his index finger back toward himself.
Flip the fucking board.
I just looked at them. It was strange to feel a deluge of selfish thoughts flood into me all at once. 40, 39, 38.
Alright,
I said, copying my peers.
let's do it.
I pointed at myself, too, like we were all playing Simon Says or something. 33, 32, 31. I took an appreciative look at my old friends. The longest-standing friends I'd ever had in my stupid life. And then, at the Monopoly board we were playing on. It really was quite an awful game. I wasn't sure why we'd always subject ourselves to it. 27, 26. I saw the pile of money on free parking. 23, 22. The only way to make it fun was to play on with bullshit rules. House rules. 20, 19.
Wait,
I said.
follow me.
I sprinted to the door. I opened it, held it open for the rest. 15, 14, 13. I pointed at Ravi's dead neighbor in the hallway, in front of the door, Monica.
We didn't know what we were dealing with until she died. Her sacrifice gave us a chance.
I said, almost looking up, as if I was speaking to whoever was enacting this terror on us. I was aware it was a reach. 9.
And we've probably lost a lot of humanity since then, so sorry.
I said, pointing at her.
And thank you.
6, 5, and my best friends pointed too. A real morbid way to close things out, with a clash of
Sorry.
Thank
And-
you.
escaping them as they would likely be their last words. I had really interrupted what was quite a nice moment inside for this strangeness. 2, 1, 0,
House rules.
I said. But then I prepared myself for it.
Pain, then annihilation.
But nothing came. Instead, Ravi's phone in my hand just read,
Good game.
before defaulting to Ravi's homepage picture, a bourgeois. He didn't even own one. He was just obsessed with that breed of dog. That's probably not how you pronounce that. I stood there for 10 minutes, it felt, before we finally ventured inside, single file, like a group of polite zombies. I was unsure what to make of what had happened, what to do, who to check on, the state of the world, what was going on around me. I sat back down at the Monopoly board. The others, in an almost Manchurian Candidate sort of way, took their spots too.
I think it was my turn.
I said slowly. I grabbed the dice. I rolled. It was a 10. I tapped my top hat icon on each square until I landed on Short Line Railroad.
Do you want to buy it?
Evelyn asked me. I thought about it for too long.
Sure.
Finally,
Oh, finally, sure. I fucking loved that. That
that was really cool.
that was straight up Black Mirror. I know we've mentioned Black Mirror before, but that was the most Black Mirror one we've read yet, and
Yep.
I loved that we didn't see the entity, we didn't need to see the entity, it sent us on a little ship out into the ocean and said enjoy, and I
Yeah, it
fucked
started.
with
It
it.
started on them playing a game. A new guy something new showed up and wanted to play its game really fast, and then it just let them go back to their original game.
Yep. It had a really. It was simple, tight. I fucking loved this story. That was like, I mean, and it had that intensity where you get that like the goosebumps and like that little extra like. I didn't really get the heart rate, but I did get like that chill, you know, and like especially when it said, "Point at a sacrifice, bro." I was
Yeah,
like, holy shit.
I thought the alternative ending is I thought that the narrator was gonna like point at himself until it like hit like 0, and then like point at somebody else really fast or something like that,
Yeah.
like Ravi or like Evelyn or some shit.
Well, I thought they
But,
were
yeah,
all
no,
gonna. I thought they were gonna have like a bickering match where they all pointed at each other, and then point at themselves right before the last second, and then it says "good game." Like you flip the board on it right at the end.
Oh,
So-
and then it just like leaves them all, so
But-
they would have all sacrificed each other.
I think that's where I'm giving this like that's why I like it so much is because the obvious ending, they like pointing at the person in the hallway is obvious, right? But it's not as obvious as pointing it on yourself, especially in terms of like film and story writing. So when I saw it going that way, I'm like, that's a good way to go about it. I saw it, it's predictable, but whatever. But then when they were like, we're gonna flip the boards on, I'm like, you guys are doing this really fast. You're jumping the shark quick, only for it to flip the script. Now it's not breaking like the writing molds of history, but it is incredible the way that it keeps you engaged and keeps you on your toes throughout this entire story.
I did think that whatever the entity was that was passing through and taking everybody out was like that was fucking crazy. Where they turned on like the live stream or whatever, and there was like the annihilated soccer field.
Oh, that was dope.
And the reporter under the desk was actually probably my favorite character, being
Yeah.
a side character. This dude just keeps his job going
Yeah.
while the world's falling apart. He's like, I'm gonna report on it. I'm a reporter, damn it. That's what I do.
Welcome live, where the entire world has been
There we go.
absolutely butt fucked. It's me, Chet Dickerson here, and I hope to live through this. I'm glad my wife can't pull alimony off on me anymore because she
Yeah,
always
right.
sucked at board games. We'll have to come back to World Away Tweety again because I think that was super awesome. I'm really interested to see what they can do with longer form content as well. And that was like kind of my thought is because they do so much different content. It's a lot of these people do so much different content. Do like one of the shorter ones and then eventually come back to do like a full episode on one of their longer things. So I'm
Yeah, I thought the story
definitely
was great.
I love that and I like the writing style. That's
Yeah, I would like to see more from that. From
Absolutely.
That writer as well.
But yeah, that was World Away Tweety. But now let's get into the next one, dude. The Summer I Had No Face. And this one's got a content warning. Again, this is from Saturated Dead for child abuse. So we always know it's going to be a fun story if it puts the child abuse tagline in right away.
Hey, it wouldn't be Haunted Router if we didn't dip our toe in there every few episodes. Hello, Reddit. My name is Aaliyah, 33, female, or Leah for short. After an incident at work, I've been ordered to go through a mandatory minimum of 8 sessions of therapy. As part of my recovery, I've been advised to talk openly about a traumatic experience. However, as they didn't specify who to talk with about it, I figured I could use a public forum. I may be skirting the intentions a bit, but this was doomed to fail from the start. So let's talk about it. The summer when I didn't have a face. Just looking at that sentence seems ridiculous. It was one of those events that were so far disconnected from every other part of my life that, looking back at it, it doesn't seem real. Like something that happened to someone else, and I've just been retelling the story to myself over and over. But it was as real as it gets, and to this day, I'm not sure what to make of it. Now, I want to be clear, they call this a delusion. I've gone through countless personality tests and trauma care, and they've given this many names, delusion being the most common. But I refuse to let myself be gaslit. This was real, and no one can tell me otherwise. I can admit my wrongdoings in every aspect of my life, but this. Back in the summer of 2001, I was 11 years old. I'd been playing with my friend Imani over at her place all day, and we kind of forgot the time. I was supposed to come straight home after having dinner at her place, but we got stuck watching The Emperor's New Groove base.
Great movie.
So when the movie was over, great movie, I realized I was in big trouble. Mom was always a bit overprotective, As her only daughter and proclaimed miracle baby, I had a lot of expectations riding on me. It was dark already outside, and the fastest way to get home was the path next to Frog Lake. I wasn't allowed to go there because the streetlights were broken, but they'd be mad at either way, so whatever. If I had to go through the park at night, but for whatever reason, I was to go straight through, no matter what. That was my plan, at least. I was about halfway through the park, panting like a racehorse. One of my braids had come loose and kept poking my nose, making me stop to sneeze every 200 feet or so. I tried my best to keep running all the way through, but it got so dark I almost walked off the road. I had to slow down to catch my breath and navigate. You do not want to get lost near Frog Lake or you'd drown. That, or the frogmen would drag you into the lake and force you to drink tadpoles. That's what the adults kept telling us, at least. I stopped at a branch in the road to consider the fastest way home when I heard someone crying. Not a big cry, but a soft little one. A sniffling, like from a kid even smaller than I was. I knew I should have kept running, like Mom told me to, but it just made me too sad. I had to check if they were okay. I caught my breath and looked around, only to see someone on a park bench down the pathway to my left. They were underneath the only working streetlight, so I got a good look at them. She was a girl my age, with these little bantu knots and a bright blue summer dress. She was curled up on the bench, burying her face in her knees. While my mom always taught me to be obedient, she also taught me to follow my heart. So I did. I sat down on the bench next to her. She kept sniffling and weeping, but it was so faint, like she'd done it all day. I scooched a bit closer.
Hi,
I said.
I'm Leah.
She didn't answer, she just turned her back on me.
Are you okay?
I asked.
Why are you crying? Everyone is bad.
She said.
They're bad and I hate them. Why? What did they do? They put this stupid bracelet on and I can't get it off.
She sniffled.
They said it's an ugly girl's bracelet.
She held her arm out, and it was this strange copper-like bracelet with little squares linked with iron rings. There were little white silhouettes of people etched into every other square, with splotches of an iron red color in between. I'd never seen anything like it, and the sides looked really sharp, like sharp enough to cut yourself with. It didn't look safe.
Let me see.
I said, taking her hand and scooching even closer. There was no immediate way to take it off, but one of the rings were a bit damaged. I inched it closer to my mouth, gnawed on it a bit, and managed to make it dent. With that, I pulled it apart. I did get a small cut on my lip, though. The sides were really sharp. As the bracelet came off, the sniffles stopped. The girl turned to me.
Thanks, Leah.
She said.
I've waited all day for someone to help me.
And as she turned around, she smiled at me. Her eyes weren't red from crying. Her nose wasn't wet with snot. She looked perfectly normal. And she had my face. I just looked at her for a moment. She waved at me, now bracelet free, and skipped away into the night, giggling with excitement. That's not a good fucking sign. The bracelet, still in my hand, crumbled into rust. The light above, the only working light on the street, flickered. Something about it just felt wrong, and I got back to my feet. I ran home as fast as I could. When I got home, my dad was waiting by the door. I shut the door behind me, kicked off my shoes, and ran headfirst into him, crying my eyes out. I hadn't even noticed that I had this shiver. Maybe it was just adrenaline running off. I hugged his sweater and cried. After a few seconds, I noticed he wasn't moving. No pats on the back, no comforting words. No cute nicknames or kisses on the cheek. I stepped back and looked at him. He was holding his hands out like he was ready to defend himself. His eyes had gone wide, and his mouth hung open like a fish out of water. He'd never looked at me like that before. Never.
Dad?
He fell backwards and knocked over a lamp. He crawled away from me, desperate to put distance between us.
Judea!
I couldn't stop crying.
Judea!
I couldn't stop crying. I was scared and I didn't understand. He looked at me like I was a wild animal when all I wanted was my dad. He hurried into the backyard, calling out to my mother over and over. He had this high-pitched note that I hadn't heard before, like he'd been hurt. I sat down on the floor, buried my face between my knees, and cried. My tears felt strange on the skin of my knees. I sat there for a couple of minutes until I heard a door open. I didn't look up. I was scared to see my dad like that again.
Leah, sweetie.
It was my mom.
Honey, are you there?
I got back on my feet. It was my mom on the other side of the room. She'd blindfolded herself with a towel from the bathroom.
I'm here, Mommy. Leah, honey, can you come here?
I walked up to her, but when I was about 6 feet away, she held up a hand, urging me to stop.
Slowly, honey.
She said.
Come here.
She held out her hands, looking back at it. Oh, she held out her hands. Looking back at it, I think she wanted to be sure I didn't try to take off her blindfold. We held hands, and she tried her best to smile.
Did you go to the lake?
She asked.
I need you to be honest with me. I didn't want to be late. You'd be mad. So you went by the lake, right?
I took a deep breath and slumped my shoulders. My mom held my hands in a tight grip.
Yeah,
I admitted.
I'm sorry.
My mom swallowed. I could hear her struggling
Nice.
to keep her breath steady. She was right there on the edge of panic.
We're gonna fix this, honey.
She said.
We're gonna fix this.
She made her way back to the kitchen and pulled out a paper bag. Oh my god.
They
She told me
paper
we were
bagged their
playing
daughter.
games.
Let's go, dude. You're a double bagger now, bitch. 11-year-old. We already know that you're never gonna get a husband. You're never giving us grandkids. You're a double bagger, you whore. I haven't
She
been-
told me we were playing a game. Yeah, dude, that's so fucked up.
Dude, I knew that I was waiting for it to give me an opportunity to make an off-color joke, and it gave me an opportunity. They signed the warrant. No grandkids for us. Our kid's an Ugga with no face. She looks like a butt cheek. Her head is a butt cheek. That's what she is. We got a butt cheek child.
Just a butt with a butt crack mouth.
it's just a slit right here. It's like, mommy.
She told me we were playing a game and that I would get a prize if I kept the bag on. Dude, she's gonna hear that a lot later on. I was allowed to make holes for the eyes if I kept sunglasses on underneath, but I couldn't take it off. If I did, I had to warn them first. All the while, I could see my dad in the backyard retching his guts up.
You gotta keep the bag on, honey.
Mom said.
You gotta promise.
I promised. That night, my dad could barely look at me. All he could give me was a quick glance, and I could tell it was painful to him. He wanted to hug me, to care for me, but he was too scared. I'd never seen my dad scared of anything, and having him scared of me was heartbreaking. I could see the conflict in him. At least now he was back to calling me his little Leah. It was a start. My mom made me a sandwich and chocolate milk, but I had to eat it in my room. As soon as I was done, I had to put the bag back on.
This
That
is so
first night,
brutal, bro. Oh, it's
really
so sad, bro. God, how atrociously monstrous does your kid have to look to, like, you can't just, like, ignore it, bro. Does she got, like,
So-
razor teeth and, like, or is it just like it? I don't know, dude. It's not like it says like they're in pain. They're just afraid.
No, I don't know what it is, but I do think, though, that it's not that she doesn't have a face like I was thinking at the beginning, like that stole her face entirely. I definitely think that it's replaced it with something and they had just take her face away. Like, she had to
Yeah.
walk around with the bag and the sunglasses and stuff on.
I'm picturing
Which is way
like
more sad
I'm
and
picturing
brutal.
like disgusting old gnarly fucking monster face.
What if nothing's wrong with her?
The
just
parents the whole
with her.
time just just decided it would be funny to play a prank on their
That's what
kid
you
where they
get for
say
being,
she's
like,
so ugly.
um,
That'd be so
That-
messed up.
That first night is she drops the hint at the beginning when she's like, I refuse to be gaslit
Yeah.
again.
Again.
That first night, I sat by the edge of my bed and ate my sandwich in silence. The crust was cut off like always. My mom was waiting just outside the door, but she couldn't come in as long as my paper bag was off. I didn't understand. How could I?
Mom,
I said.
what's happening?
Something bad happened, honey.
She said.
But we're gonna fix it. You're going to be okay.
I feel okay, Mom.
I know you do, honey. You're doing great. You just have to be patient.
Can Amani come over tomorrow?
I'm sorry, no. She can't come over until you're better.
But we were gonna listen to CDs.
I'm sorry, honey.
When I finished, I put my bag back on. I'm gonna fucking grin ever. It's gonna
Dude,
fucking
it's
get me.
so ridiculous. I love it. I love it, but it's so funny that it just she's making her daughter wear a paper bag.
Fucking
It's
ugly bitch. When I finished, I put my bag back on, and my mom came into my room. Which, by the way, I have no room to judge, man. I think I'd probably do better if I fucking did like a Rasputin or something, and I fucking streamed and did all my videos with a paper bag over my fucking head.
I look like a
I'm not passing judgment. I'm just thinking it's like so funny that like if she tries to come out, her parents are like, "Put your fucking bag on and your sunglasses because you had to have your eye holes."
Dude, you fucking ugly bitch. Put the sunglasses on. I can see those weird yellowing retinas. Dude, but you're right. You're right. I look like a homeless cannibal. I look like a homeless cannibal that's like, because obviously I'm well fed, so I don't look like a crackhead. So
No. You look like a homeless cannibal who cannibalized some homeowners, and you're living in their house.
Yeah, you're right.
Like you look like you cannibalized the homeowners, and now you're living out of it. Yeah.
That's actually
Like,
exactly what I do. I'm not even real.
Which, by the way, that should be the law in America. Is like if you completely consume a human being, you get their identity. You get if you want.
The cops show up in the house. Excuse me, sir. We've had a disruption here, and you're just eating a leg. You're eating their
They're
leg
"You're not
like
my
a
dad."
chicken
They're
leg,
like, "I
and
hate
they're
your
like,
dad."
"Oh, my bad, sir. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I see you eating that person's leg, which means you've won by right of passage."
No, what they do is they have to be like, they're like, we have to reapproach this, sir. We go to your house, but is there a problem here? And you're like, as the new homeowner, I say no. And they're like, have a good night.
Yep, and I just like the idea that he's holding like a giant person's leg. Just no, we're good.
Cannibalism loophole's coming, bro.
No,
It's coming.
it's the dream. I keep waiting on it.
When the technocrats, never mind. Bag off, brushing. Oh wait, I couldn't brush. Yeah, put her bag back on. Came in the left. Okay, so she couldn't brush her teeth in the bathroom for some reason. Oh, cause she would see her own face.
Yeah.
I fucking know this one. Oh, dude, this reminds me of that fucking bro. My first video game essay ever, the Enigma trilogy. They do the same thing to the girl, Liana, in the second game, Mothered. They have like the mirror is boarded up, and she's not allowed like in other parts of the house that aren't like basically controlled and stuff like that. Like she's not allowed to see herself ever.
Okay.
That's a weird little detail in the game, but yeah, this is a cool connection.
I might have to play these. Do you
They're
get
so
a
good.
gun?
In the third game, you get a gun. In the first and the third game, you get a gun.
Hey, so that means I might play them. I don't play horror games unless I get to shoot things in the face. That's like a solid
You get
rule
to
I
shoot
have.
things. You do get to shoot things in the first and third game.
Okay.
Bag off, brushing, bag on again. Mom said goodnight through the door. I could hear her sobbing as she went back downstairs. Bro, did she have to sleep in the bag? That's fucking lit.
That's
I
sick.
couldn't sleep that night. I twisted and turned for hours on end. They're gonna get her like an iron mask.
Yeah,
Fucking man,
dude.
Iron Mask
She's secretly
shit,
just
bro.
DiCaprio.
She's DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That's what they turned her into. I twisted and turned for hours on end, but my pulse wouldn't go down. Finally, I decided to use the bathroom. Stretch my legs for a bit. Only then did I realize they'd blocked my door. Standing there, turning the knob over and over, I realized I was stuck. I could hear my parents arguing downstairs through the door. Snippets of a longer, angrier conversation.
I'm going to call them.
Dad said.
First thing in the morning, we're going to call them.
You think they'll help us? You think they'll just do that out of the goodness of their hearts?
What are we going to do then?
Have you forgot what it cost us last time?
What are we going to do then?
Have you forgotten what we paid?
I haven't forgotten a goddamn thing. But what are we going to do then?
We're dealing with this. You and me. We're dealing with this.
There was a quiet that hung in the air. Something that Mom had said sounded bad. like dealing with this was a bad thing.
We're gonna need a gun.
I woke up early the next. I like the idea of the mom saying it more.
Oh.
We're gonna need grab the blicky.
We need to get that Tech 9 so we can go fucking crazy on the ops. We gotta go absolutely insane on mode. We gotta slide in on the opposition. You
There
feel
we
me,
go.
Slime? You feel me,
I
Slime?
feel you. I feel it more now. I woke up early the next morning, still leaning against the door. When my mom finally let me out, Jackson. Hi.
I'm sorry,
up
Miss
early next
Jackson.
morning
This
for
is
winning.
my podcast.
Get out of here. When my mom finally let me out, she had a few rules for me to follow until
Everything got sorted out.
I was to stay inside. Above everything, I could not go outside. This was for my own protection, apparently. Secondly, I was not to look at my own reflection, not through puddles, a reflection in the windows, the bathroom mirror, anything. No looking at myself. Third, I could not touch my own face without gloves. The gloves I was given turned out to be oven mitts.
She's in a paper bag with oven mitts. Let's go, dude. This kid looks so stupid, bro. Mommy,
Dude.
why can't I use my fingers, mommy?
No, I'm picturing like the sunglasses are so big that they go on the outside of the bag too.
Yes, dude. She looks so dumb, bro. And I picture the bag like she's touched it a bunch, so it's like all crumpled around. It's not square anymore. It's like rounded and like
Yeah,
crumple-ish with big clown glasses and brown oven mitts.
And they're like, Leah, get back in your room. There's people coming over. And she's just like from the corner. Okay, anyway, and finally, if I ever took off the paper bag, or whatever they chose to conceal me with, I had to tell them about it in advance. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the bag off. That first day was the worst. I kept getting this awful claustrophobic feeling, like I was stuck in that damn bag. I had trouble breathing, and I felt trapped. Once, I took it off without warning my mom, but she managed to shield her eyes before it was too late. When I put the bag back on, she's gonna give me the ugly. I could tell she was furious. For a moment, I thought she was going to hit me. She never looked at me like that before. I feel like this is gonna sound like so fucking crass right now. Like, I'm just going off the chain here, but I feel like it'd be like so much easier to hit your kid if they were in a fucking paper bag with sunglasses
Dude,
and
you've
other mitts on.
dehumanized
They're
this
so
child.
dehumanized, exactly.
You've
They're so
dehumanized this child.
dehumanized that
It
you're like,
looks like
"You put your bag on, thing!" And just, yeah, you just put
They
strike
turned-
them.
they
And then
turned
you
it
remember
into-
a second later, you're like, oh my god, that's my daughter in there.
Wasn't it like Little Nightmares or something where the kid runs around in like a bag head?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you just don't see that and think, it's a kid. No, dude,
Yeah.
burlap sack child is not adorable.
Well, that little burlap sack kid turns up to be the chainsaw guy in Res 4.
Well, and also what was it, Halloween? You ever watched
Michael
Halloween?
Myers, where he's got that one.
No,
I
no,
like
no, no,
that.
no, 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 not that movie. It was
No,
like,
wait.
no, it was Hide and Seek.
That's right, yeah, because he's got the different mask that he always wears
Yeah.
in the beginning, the piece of paper or whatever it is.
Yeah, so, but Hide and Seek, the kid from Hide and Seek that ends up
Yeah.
having the jack-o'-lantern head underneath,
Mhm.
what a dope movie. That movie's fucking Peeksican. That's a Peeksican movie, baby. I love the shit out of that. I thought it was going to be really bad, and I watched it, I'm like, this is...
De Niro, right?
What?
Is that the one with De Niro?
No. That's a different Hide and Seek. No.
Okay.
It was like it was a analog movie. Or I mean not analog movie,
Analog
but
horror.
like a mosh of a bunch of different stories, kind of like VHS or anything, but it wasn't done in an analog style. It was
Okay.
like I can't remember what it was called. It was like Trick or Treat or
Trick or Treat, that's what it's called. The
Yeah.
world's worst Halloween movie.
That movie's
The world's
fantastic.
Best worst. I know, the best worst. I meant to say it that way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it was
Yes,
Trick or
yeah.
Treat, not Hide and Seek, but it was
Trick or
Trick or
Treat,
Treat. I
that's it,
fucking loved that movie. I think it's like
Yeah.
so.
We have a yearly tradition of putting that on, yeah.
I watched it for the first time this year, and I was like, dude, why haven't I known? I always thought it looked really dumb. Like,
It
because
is.
it does look really dumb, but it actually pulls off a lot of the stuff really well for, like, what it is.
There's another similar movie like that where I don't remember what all of them are called, but I remember the first story in it's called Convoy. and it's like these people are driving and like they keep talking about getting in a convoy on these roads with trucks and stuff. And at one point, like, the girlfriend's like, I'm not comfortable getting in these convoys, and the boyfriend's like, convoys are the shit, and they just keep saying it over and over again. And then at the end of it, it ends with a trucker killing them, or no, a guy, he's a normal dude, because they thought that a trucker was trying to kill him the whole time, but the dude in the normal car is actually a trucker, and then he comes out, and he comes up to their window, and he's like, you got in the wrong convoy.
Oh my god, that sounds awful.
Yeah, like literally that delivery of it is as good as that scene is. Like,
Well,
with that much
the whole time
energy
I'm
and
thinking, I'm
everything,
like,
but
why
it's
wouldn't I
so
just
good.
watch
It's so
Joyride?
good.
Because Joyride's fucking awesome. I love Joyride. Hey,
What's his
Candy
Rusty Nail?
Cane.
Rusty Nail. Yeah, Candy Cane. That's what he keeps
Hey,
saying.
Candy Cane.
Oh, dude, fucking love that movie. Yeah, that was a classic, bro.
You wanna read the story?
The guy who died in the car wreck was in that Fast and Furious guy.
Ryan Dunn.
No, that
I
was
know.
Jackass. No, it was Paul
I
Walker.
know.
Paul Walker. Well, anyways, I before we get
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
movies too long, because we love to do that, because horror movies are fucking peak.
Jackie said, get back to the story.
Please, you can't.
Oh, please, you can't take it off.
She said.
Never do it. Never do it again.
Dad wasn't around. He was out all day and only came back to fetch something from the garage. He and Mom talked for a bit out in the driveway, then he was off again. He looked like he'd been crying. All the while, I was walking around with my face concealed and oven mitts covering my hands. Mom had taken down all mirrors, and Dad had covered the windows with brown packing tape. While I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, my mom still tried her best to keep me calm. She made me popcorn and allowed me to talk to Imani on the phone, as long as I didn't say anything about being sick. We didn't talk for long. I ended up listening to my new Destiny's Child CD on my own.
Based.
That memory of... That's what I did. That's how I listened to Destiny's Child. The memory of sitting on the floor of my childhood room, wearing that bag and a pair of oven mitts, is burned into my mind. Mine too.
Yeah.
While Mom was busy... While Mom was busy, I remembered my jewelry box. It had mostly plastic rings and clip-on earrings, but... Dude... But it had a built-in mirror on the inside of the lid. If I wanted to, I could see what the fuss was about. I dug it out and called out to Mom.
I love that the
But I
cat's
was
just
taking off the
fucking with
bag.
you right now. The cat's like,
He does this.
I love that cat, bro. That cat is a savage, bro. He's like, I'm sorry,
This
Miss
is the
Jackson.
legend,
Oh, I
Jackson.
am for real.
Yep. He is the legend himself. Okay, so... Let's see. Oh, wait, I didn't scroll down. I usually scroll down. Okay.
I fucked your
Remember
shit
the
up
jewelry
bad.
box? Yeah, that's how he does it. Mostly plastic rings, built-in mirror. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could see what the fuss was about in the jewelry box. I dug it out and called out to Mom that I was taking off the bag in my room for a while. That way I'd at least get a warning knock before she entered. So I sat there, box in hand. I took off my oven mitts and I opened it. As soon as the lock clicked, I got this chill up my spine. Like dipping your toes in cold water, knowing you're about to wade out into the deep. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but it wasn't just wrong because Mom had said so, but because I was doing something I shouldn't be able to do. I was breaking more than just rules. Still, I opened the box, slowly. As soon as I saw the edge of my reflection, I heard something. A laugh in the distance, like a looming thunderstorm. A bright, joyous shriek. I slammed the box shut, and the laugh was reduced to a giggle, then nothing. That's strange. My hands were so warm that I could feel my fingers sweating. I could have sworn the box was hurting me. Still, I had to try again. I had to know.
Fucking why though? Wait, at this point, why? If you feel like a box
Yeah,
is
you
hurting
opened
you,
it the one time.
oh, this box is turning my hands into liquid goop on the floor. Oh, my fucking elbows are shooting out of my eyes now. My teeth
feel
are falling out of my face. But I'm gonna open the box again. I think that's a good idea. I think Pandora's
need to know
box.
it.
I want my eyeballs to shake out of my head, cartoon Looney Tune style, and hover around the room for 5 minutes. Yeah, 'cause it's
Maybe-
normal.
Maybe it felt kind of good. Like all that pandemonium.
All
for a
that
second.
pandemonium.
Like when you get like a sore spot and you're on like a gum or something like that, or like when you're flossing a little too deep and you're like, ooh, that hurts so good.
Do you
Like that
see?
type of
I actually floss with a razor. I like pick my teeth with razor blades and then floss with bob wire, so that every
Yeah, I got a
time
big Bowie knife.
what I do is I get it to where I'm like draining blood out of my mouth, and then I just do this a lot, so I feel like an action hero. It's my anime moment in the morning.
I don't stop until I've widened the gap a little. I gotta just whittle a little off the side of each.
That's the dream, brother.
That's how you get the sides clean.
Yeah, dude, that's how you get them goblin teeth.
Goblin teeth. And heard a plastic crackle. I wasn't coming from the box, but something in the room. Looking around, I didn't see anything obvious. I could hear my heart beating through my chest. Then I looked up. My toys had moved. Every doll, every stuffed animal. Their heads were turned towards me. I closed my eyes, trying to convince myself I was imagining it. I opened the lid just a little and heard another crack. And again, the distant laugh. But now, it was more like a hysterical cackle. Almost mechanical, repeating in the same pattern, louder and louder. I saw my own throat. My skin looked ashen and dry. I could see my discolored veins. Every set of eyes on every poster turned towards me, and it was only now that I noticed that everything looked different. Every toy, every picture, anything with a pair of eyes, the entire room was staring at me intently. Their eyes had changed color. They looked like mine. I kept opening the box slowly. Something in me wanted to close it, to throw it away. There was a banging noise, like distant thunder, and that ever-growing laugh. I saw my chin, withered skin breaking into something pale. I held my hand up, about to touch my own face, to feel it out. I know I shouldn't. I know there were rules. But in the edge of the reflection, I saw my hand come closer. Come on. You're just gonna waller around until you get a spot you want.
Bro, the cat's just taking over, dude.
He's in here. Alright, you gotta come in this way, dude. Come in this way.
He doesn't care.
I try to compromise with him. He doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit. He's a cat.
He
Cats do whatever the hell they want, dude. They're the leaders of their own little world over there.
As I touched my skin with the edge of my index finger, I swear, I felt bone. Then my reflection moved. My mom burst through the door. She'd been trying to get my attention by banging on the door, but it was as if I had been hypnotized. She came in with her eyes closed, wielding a hammer from Dad's toolbox.
Put it down!
She screamed.
Put it down!
I put down the jewelry box. Seconds later, she fell to her knees and smashed it to pieces. She kept hitting it over and over until her arm grew weak. When she couldn't hit it anymore, she just dropped the hammer to the floor. She ripped the pillowcase from my bed and wrapped it around my head. When I could no longer see her, she took her blindfold off and wrapped her arms around me. She cried in a way I'd never seen before, like a wailing child. Those big hulking sobs. She hugged me so tight that I had trouble breathing through the pillowcase.
Leah, please.
She cried.
You have to listen to me. You have to listen. I'm sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry too, honey. I'm so sorry.
That night made me realize that there was more to this than I understood. My mom and dad were doing this for a good reason. I decided to just hunker down and do what I was told. Just hunker down and do what you're told. Thank you. To see this as being sick, watching movies, eating snacks, and just waiting for it to be over. I don't mind anymore. We were in this together. Over the next few days, things started to turn into a new kind of normal. I spent most of my time with my mom, just hanging out, watching TV, playing games on our shared computer. I was obsessed with The Sims, and I got to play as much as I wanted. Mom would sit next to me, asking me about the characters and the stories I was making up. She even let me take off the oven mitts.
Yeah, you're okay.
They're making her play computer games with oven mitts on, dude.
Mom, I can't.
It's like it took days for her to get past the title screen.
Mama, I can't rocket launcher hop in Quake. Mom, I want a rocket launcher hop.
It's like, we shouldn't have gone down to the lake. We'd also made a cover using the pillowcase she'd ripped up, so I had a more comfortable option.
About time, bro.
But I was off.
Why didn't they just tactical her up, brother? Why didn't they just get her, like, this dad's failing, by the way. I would have had her in, like, tactical gloves. I would have had her, like, one of those cool, like, face skater things, and she'd have, like, some, like, really cool, like, Ray-Bans on, bro. She would look like,
Okay.
she would look like Chevy Chase in that movie where he was invisible. Invisible Man, I think is what
The
it was
Ray-Bans kind of brought it back, but that's so deep south of you, dude. What you do is you do Supreme Steezy.
called. I hate you. Go kill
Like,
yourself.
over your child's face. Yeah.
Jump off
Your
a
daughter in
bridge, Ben.
Supreme Steezy. And then you put the fucking fat ass shades on it. Stunna shades.
She's
You
got
bring back
she's got the
Stunna.
Kanye glasses from the Stronger music video that you can't
Yes,
see
yeah.
anything out of.
Yes.
You had a pair of those. Tell me you had a pair of those back in the day.
Of course I had a pair of
Everybody had a pair of those. The shutter shades, dude. The
Shutter
fucking
shades.
shutter shades. You can't.
Not Stunna shades, shutter shades.
Yeah, you gotta go with the shutter shades. I heard you say stunner shades, but those are for like the lamos. They're for the plebeians. We can't let them. You can't be a fucking real one if you're not wearing the shutter shades.
But I was often reminded that something was wrong. Dad wouldn't come home until late in the night, and I had to keep lying to Amani about why we couldn't hang out. Mom just gave me this apologetic look but didn't say anything. We trusted one another now. It was a white lie. Everything would be okay. I lived like that for 3 weeks. I stopped questioning it. I stopped trying. I went through the motions and hoped it'd be over. Sometimes I'd sit by a gap in my taped-up window, just watching the people outside pass me by, much like the Sims in my game. At times, I imagined them turning towards me, looking at me with my own eyes. Sometimes they really did. One night, when Dad came back, something was wrong. They usually talked a little and then we went straight to bed. This time, they sat up long into the night. My mom had stopped locking me in my room, so I sneaked out to listen. They were being more quiet than usual and I couldn't help myself.
We gotta bring her.
Dad said.
She has to be there.
We can't.
Mom cried.
We can't. She'll never be the same.
You said we should handle it. Now we handle it.
But she doesn't have to be there. We can't just...
She has to be there, and she has to do it.
The next day, Dad didn't go anywhere. He sat with me while Mom prepared breakfast. He gave Mom a long look, sighed, and turned to me. I met his eyes from behind my sunglasses.
Leah, honey, we're going on a trip tonight.
Outside?
Yeah.
He smiled.
We're going out on a trip, but I need you to be very careful and listen very closely. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure. Where are we going?
We're going to make you okay, honey.
You are?
Dad nodded. He kept his smile firm, but it wasn't genuine. I could tell. That night, Mom and Dad came into my room. I wrapped my head in a new pillowcase that didn't have any holes for my eyes. I couldn't see. Oh shit! Bro, this is Michael Jackson's kid.
What?
This what this is. This is just Michael Jackson's kid.
Oh.
The one that he always had wear the fucking
Oh
thing
yeah,
over
dude.
on.
I forgot.
This is
how
just Blanket, bro.
Her name was Blanket, yeah. Which is
Yeah,
a
this is
weird
the
name
story
for a
of
child.
Blanket.
Could you imagine?
Blanket now.
She sings music now. She's like her own artist.
she?
Yeah, it's not
Blanket
terrible.
Jackson.
No, it's like different than Michael Jackson type music. I can't remember what
No,
it is.
does he go by Blanket Jackson?
I think so. Yes, I'm pretty sure
That's
she
fucking
goes by her
crazy.
name. She has a lot of admiration for her father. I saw like an interview. I was like scrolling. I was scrolling and I was like Michael Jackson's daughter. Da, 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 da. I was like, all right, I'll listen to this because I
And just
forgot
see
he
if
had
she'll do
children.
the music for our show.
Nah, yeah, do we get Blanket Jackson to do the music for our
Get
show?
Blanket Jackson for our podcast with Grimes. I couldn't hear, I couldn't see, and had trouble breathing through the fabric. Mom gave me a big hug.
You can do this.
She said,
Stay strong, be patient, and do what you need to do.
they took me into the car, put me in the back seat, and drove off. I heard them talking in the background, but the earmuffs, oh shit, Jack, blocked most of it. I picked up a,
Yeah.
or a,
No.
every now and then. I just sat there with my arms crossed, trying my best to stay calm. Whatever was going on felt bad. Again, like we were doing something we shouldn't. I could feel the road shift. It went from smooth asphalt to gravel and then a bumpy dirt road. I had to steady myself against the door to keep my earmuffs on. I could hear a low,
Sorry, honey.
from my mom. I reminded myself to do what she said. Be patient. Be strong. After what felt like an eternity, the car stopped. Still seeing nothing, the car door opened and a hand led me outside. I'd recognize Mom's hand anywhere. It was all I needed to feel safe. She led me through a forest path, down a short hill and into a clearing. Mom and Dad asked each other really quiet questions, mostly just one or two words. The only one I caught was,
Here?
Finally, I heard my dad shout something. Mom pushed the earmuffs closer together, blocking everything but my own heartbeat. I could feel water seeping into my sneakers. There was an argument, something loud and angry. Dad rushed past me and I felt the texture of his jacket brush against my arm. Another scream, a back and forth. Mom took the earmuffs. She put something warm in my hands, something heavy, something metallic.
You have to take it off.
Dad said.
She has to see her. It has to transfer.
Mom didn't respond. She just kept sobbing as she unwrapped the pillowcase. Everything was blurry while my eyes adjusted. Shades of black and withered green. Blue petals from a flower crushed under my sneaker. We were deep in the woods. I could feel a faint breeze, making the hairs on my arms stand up. I felt nothing on my face, however. Nothing at all. And right there, collapsed in the soggy moss, was the little girl I'd met by Frog Lake. She was tied up and placed on the ground in front of me. I was holding a handgun. I didn't know it at the time, but the safety was off. I knew it. I knew it.
Honey,
Like
listen.
those Jackie.
You have to do this. It has to be you. Don't think. Just point at it and squeeze the trigger. Okay? Leah, honey, follow my lead.
Dad was standing on the side, closing his eyes. His hands were bloody. The girl dropped in front of me looked like me. But there was something off about her. I couldn't quite put my finger on a single thing. It wasn't just the hair, there were slight differences overall. Her eyes were a little further apart, her chin a bit longer. She looked like me, but wasn't really like me. I just think you don't remember what you look like because you've been backed up for
do
so
you
fucking
remember
long.
that, so I know that it ended up becoming like a co-opted, like, racist meme, but remember the Moon Man? McDonald's Moon Man. It was only
I
like,
think so.
they had like the meme video where it was like, I'm gonna pull your ass cheeks in, make your asshole like a big bowl of chili. You know that one?
No, I don't know that one.
I'm gonna pull out my dick and stick it in your ass and make a big bowl of chili. It was like, and it had the guy dancing, but I'm just picturing like her chin's like straight Moon Manned out. It's like one of those long fucking.
Now I know what Moon Man you're talking about.
Yeah,
Now I remember.
yeah,
They
yeah.
should bring him back.
Well, it ended
was
up
fucking
becoming
cool.
like a 4chan like racist thing, so they killed it off really quick.
Oh,
So
well, that sucks.
that was one that got a little killed. There's even a Doom mod called Moon Man, where the whole point is you're killing stereotypical people of color, and also like, yeah, just any type of group that the neo Zazis don't like, you're killing in the game. It's so ridiculous that it becomes kind of satirical and a little bit funny, the mod. I've never played it. I've watched full playthroughs, but it is ridiculous. And it was like that's how big the Moon Man thing. But I will stand by, I'm going to pull my dick out and stick it in your tummy, spin your ass up like a whole bowl of chili. So I don't know, it was something like that. It was fucking hilarious. But I'm picturing like that big Moon Man, like moon chin.
Yeah.
With her
And
fucking
her
eyes,
way far-
she's
yeah.
got Sid the Sloth eyes with this fucking. And she's like, that looks like me, only if I was fucking weird and retarded. Was it me reading?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
good.
fair.
The girl screamed.
You made a deal.
Don't listen to it, honey. Don't listen. Just aim down the sight and.
She came to me willingly. She set me loose. You owe me.
It's evil. It's not human. You can't listen, Leah.
I looked at the girl who had my eyes, my face.
They threw me away just to get you.
She spat.
What makes you so special? Why do you get to be...
What's she saying, Mom?
I asked.
What does she mean? Leah, just do what I tell you to. Be strong, be... There are no miracles.
The girl screamed.
Some prices are just higher than others. There are no miracles. You are no miracle.
I could see her losing herself. The bone structure of her skull pushing against my ill-fitting face. Eyes losing their color. Hair withering as her scalp was laid barren. Bantu knots dropping like little pine cones. Ew. She shrieked at me with a manic smile on my face. She was becoming less of a girl and more of a thing.
One or none, they said. One or none, one or none.
She twitched closer before my dad put his boot on her back, pushing her into the wet moss.
Just guess which one of us got one, and which one got dumped in the fucking lake. There'll be nothing with nothing but a fucking bracelet.
I looked up at my mom. She met my gaze. She couldn't help but look at me, and she saw something she shouldn't have. I don't know what she looked at in that moment, but her eyes dilated and a scream got stuck in her throat. Her eyes crossed as she fell backwards, struggling to breathe. My dad came up behind me, pointed my head forward, and aimed my arms for me. All I had to do was pull the trigger and I'd save everyone. Mom, Dad, I'd get my face back.
Remember this.
The girl thing purred.
Remember this every time you look at yourself in the goddamn mirror, little miracle.
I squeezed the trigger and the gun went off. For a moment, the world stood still. In the muzzle flash, I had this brief image of sitting on that park bench next to Frog Lake, holding hands with a sister I never had. A sister that was never truly born, dropped unceremoniously into the depths of the lake. A promise fulfilled to a power below. But in that eternal moment, in the white flash of the gun, we were just sitting on the bench together, holding hands. What happened afterwards is a bit of a blur. My mom was taken to the hospital. I didn't have to wear the pillowcase anymore. My dad threw the gun in the lake. And then we never talked about any of that ever again. Not that we got much chance to. Weeks later, my mom was diagnosed with cervical cancer. She lasted 4 years. My dad died of a brain aneurysm on my 17th birthday. I moved out of Tomskog, Minnesota to live with my aunt in West Virginia. I'd spent my time at the computer. It started with mods for games and slowly turned into front-end programming.
She made the
Got a
Moon
nice
Man.
job.
She made the Moon Man Doom game.
She made the Moon Man, dude.
She
yeah.
made the Moon Man game, bro. She's like, I hate all of the races. I'm gonna make the Moon Man mod.
Tomskog, Minnesota to West Virginia does not point to, like... yeah, I think you're right.
Bro.
But a nice job, nice benefits, and a move to Orlando to work at a proper office. I've been working there ever since, going on, 11 years? It feels strange putting all this to paper. I've had no one to talk to about it, and medical professionals don't really agree with the whole notion of giving their mental patient the benefit of the doubt. There was an incident at work. We'd closed a deal with a large client, and my boss was doing this pep talk, where we all went around the room with a mirror to psych ourselves up. We were to say an amazing thing about ourselves. When I looked at myself, I was going to say I had a great sense of humor, but my words got stuck in my mouth. Looking back at me was me, but not really. It was me, but I had Bantu knots in my hair. Then I saw myself blink. I don't really know what happened after that. I broke the mirror and tried to stab someone with a cake knife, apparently. I was carried out by security and put on immediate medical leave. They'd never had a problem with me before, and I'm team lead in a group of 9 people, so they're not eager to get rid of me. Now, I can't stress this enough. I'm fine. This hasn't happened before. I think, if anything, this has to do with my boss calling me a miracle worker, and it triggered something in me. Maybe something out there lives on through me, and maybe that something wants desperately to come back.
Dude, I like the story. It's not... Here's the thing about this story. It's really good for what it is, but it doesn't, like, pull anything out of me, right?
I didn't care for it that much.
I thought it was
But,
good.
like,
I thought it was well
it was-
written. I thought that the story had really cool structure. I thought the idea was really interesting. The way it played out was really interesting. The way it ended just kind of leaves you... It was so rushed
This
at the end.
story was too funny to be like scary, where they have like the little kid standing around in fucking oven mitts and the paper bag.
Yeah.
And then they upgrade later on to a pillowcase.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, dude, it was too fun. And then, like, they have her just standing around until they go and they find the kid and wrestle it to the ground and then drive back and get her and take her out there. And they're like, shoot it! Shoot the thing! And, like, I guess, like, this, though, is what I'm talking about, though, about, like, where it leaves so much open. Like, where did the girl come from? And, like, what was her origin story? She'll never know those things because her parents died soon after.
Yeah,
but
and I
she's
think-
not, like, going on some big, long quest to figure out, like, what the bargain she made from the lake was.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't have to know any of that. So it was paced perfectly.
I
For
think this
me,
story.
for a no sleep story, that is exactly what I want. I just want some scary imagery.
And
Like,
so
a little
I've
bit of
said in the
lead-in.
past, I like when a little bit of exposition happens. I like when they go for the quest as long as it doesn't like hit it a few times in the same story where I'm like, okay, we've been through this. You're just kind of retreading. I'm not here for a recap episode. And I
Right.
think that this story, I think it had like really good bones. My thing is, dude, if it would have added in more context, I think it would have saved the story more. Because like
Yeah,
right
maybe.
now I'm sitting there with abortion baby murdered by parents,
Lake
murdered by
abortion, bro,
sister,
That's it.
and
Lake abortion.
yeah, it's a lake abortion, or it's a shotgun abortion. Instead of a shotgun marriage, it's a
Dude,
shotgun abortion.
The fucking imagery of these two parents standing and screaming at their oven mitted and like hooded kid to shoot like a demon squirming around on the ground in the woods. It's so funny to me.
It was
Like,
great.
this story
It was
is
great.
Too funny.
Well, and that's the thing
For me to
about
take it
this.
seriously.
I think that's why I love this so much, and it's in the way that it's cheesy. I think it also is like structured well enough that I can picture all of it. I
Yeah,
can picture
I
every
picture it,
single
but-
thing from this. So that's why I was saying that I like this story. This is what when we were talking about Trick or Treat, right? This is perfect. Would be perfect inside of like a Trick or Treat style movie. You know what I mean? Where you'd be like,
Yeah.
remember that weird like fucking cutout from that movie where it was just a kid shooting her aborted sister? This would be
Yeah.
something like that, and that's why
Yeah.
I like it. It's fun, it's schlocky, it's in your face, but it's not bad schlocky. To the point
Right.
where it's like
It was-
written bad. It's just funny. It's just like a funny horror. It's very Halloween oriented. You know what I mean?
Dude, I just can't get over the mental pictures.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna be thinking about that and grinning for the rest of the night,
Dude. Fucking shutter shades on a pillowcase with oven mitts that's what I'm gonna. Dude, honestly, that's just what Kanye looks like now. With his fucking
That is-
mask and
they
gloves.
turned her into Kanye.
Dude, I think it was like his interviews and shit where he walks around with like that zip up mask that he wears, bro. It's literally Kanye now.
That's what her face was. She walked in and it was just Kanye
It was
West.
just Kanye.
on like a little girl's body
I hate
staring
you.
back up at her.
You're like,
And
I
that's what he
hate
said.
it.
He was
Stop,
like- he was like-
Kanye. Whoa. Cool it with
They
the
were
Twitter
like, they were
porn.
like, what did you say was down by the lake? And she's like, if I say it, you're gonna say I'm in trouble.
The Jews.
It was a bunch of it was a bunch of. And they're
I'm
like,
not
"No, no, no,
gonna
no."
say what kind of doctors they were. It was a Jewish doctor. They're down by the lake and they run Hollywood. Do I need to give you more hints?
Dude. Yeah, no, this story was amazing and very good stuff. Oh wait, I didn't check any top comments. I forgot.
Oh,
I
dude.
exited out of it.
We haven't
already, damn it.
done that in a while.
Well, yeah, we didn't do that for the multi-parter. We just got through in one sitting.
Yeah, we did that
It just
in
changed
one
first.
day. One
Yeah.
massive day. Wow, we didn't read a single comment from that whole thing. Well, we didn't read
We did
anything
not.
from this. I got so invested. Holy shit. This was terrifying. Maybe you should avoid mirrors. Dude, like, I think they could have, see, this is the thing that could have been really scary about this, is it could have leaned more into the horror of her face, but it didn't. And so, it's lifted this really funny cutout again. It's just epic. But I don't have, dude, there's people wanting them to go in the lake. There's people begging for more of this. Left a confession or an explanation. Everything I'm seeing is like people want more of
No.
an explanation, which is Ben's. Well, in the way it sits, if you
Bane of
add
my existence.
If you would have added you can't add an exposition after already ending the story. That's where you will get like it just will feel off, you know. It'll feel
If
off.
they did it like down in the comments and stuff, that would be cool. But tacking a whole
Oh,
second part
hold
onto
on,
this
they
to be
did.
like what actually happened.
They did.
Yeah, see, like that's fine. That's
Hold
fine.
on,
And
so-
if you're interested in that type of thing, you want to go through it.
It says somebody commented, so you never demanded your parents to explain it to you, or went through their things, or went back to Frog Lake. I'd have to know what happened. Why they killed my sister, why the copper bracelet, why they sacrificed her originally, who were they saving, or would any of them want to kill her to give birth to you? Was she actually their kid, or some random stranger they sacrificed to the lake so they would have you? I need real answers, damn it. And I agree
No, you
again.
don't.
I agree. And it says, this is the poster. I went back to the lake several times, but it's a bad part of town and there isn't much to see there anymore. Still, some of the rumors about the place still creep me out. Our minds were occupied with the more immediate things after that day. Hospital visits, mostly. Whenever I brought this up, I got the impression that they just wanted to move on with their lives. They kept pushing answers down the line to someday, but someday never came. I think she was related to me. The house we lived in was a bit too large for a family with only one kid, and they got it just before they had me. I think one or none means they could have one child or none, and then they were faced with an impossible dilemma. The copper bracelet I'm not sure about. I've never seen anything like it, and thinking back on it, I'm not even sure it was copper. Might have been just rusted metal. That adds 75.
Yeah,
That's a good. That adds a little bit more, but it's still like 75 more questions. And I think that's where I
Yeah.
sit with this one. Is I still have a ton of questions, but I definitely want to check out more from this author. Saturn Dead is the name. I've been saying Saturn Dead. It's Saturdead.
Saturday. That's all right.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, we'll have to revisit that one
yeah,
at some point. That author.
Well, I mean, if you look at their stuff, I think their top story of all time is I was hired to notice things out of place. And there's like a lot. This guy's like super prolific, and so is the other author. I'm really excited to maybe go into some of their
One
other
I
stories.
scrolled past sounded really cool too, but I don't want to tease it yet. I'll write it to you off air.
Yeah, just
'cause I don't
tease
wanna
it.
tease-
Just tease it, and we'll
All right,
ask him if
Truffle
we.
Pig, fine.
Hmm.
All right, I wanted to see if we can do Truffle Pig because that one sounded kind of cool too.
Oh, truffle pig.
If you scroll around on there, it sounds kind of neat. But our next episode, are we doing Haunted Router Grab Bag?
Yeah, we're gonna do a grab bag next episode. Next week we are gonna pull.
This is the episode I've been waiting to do.
We're gonna pull a few people from the Haunted Router subreddit. We're gonna pull a few of their stories, and we're gonna read those. I think we'll do that one. We'll do 3 different stories from 3 different authors. I think, or maybe 4
Okay.
different stories, depending on the lengths. If we find shorter ones or longer ones, we'll go from there. But
We'll see how many of you we can take, depending on your lengths.
yeah, dude.
I can take all of them, Daddy.
But anyways,
And on
make sure.
that,
Yeah, beyond that, we don't really have much else to talk about. I don't think. Do you have anything else, Ben?
I don't have anything at all. We love you all.
We love you all. Make sure to like, subscribe, and rate us on Spotify. And until next time, stop gooning in the showers, you fucking losers.
Never stop. Never stop getting in this. All right.
Never stop, never stopping.
Never stop. Never stopping.